And just like that, rate and build works. And that's just in one turn. And your final character will look like this. You will get around 23 AC with just plate armor +2, which will give you 20 armor with heavy armor, and you need your shield for +2 armor. +1 from defense, and basically it's really very hard to hit you, while you keeping your concentration on this cold lighting spell of max level spell slot and casting just crazy amount of level 5 spell in one turn. This is really more crazy than any other mage. That's why I call it Raiden build. Just like that. So next build will be great for Astarion, and it will called Skill Monkey. So let's create someone. Again, I will just stick with High Elf. You can pick whatever race you like. Nice races will be human if you want to have custom character as this, and our starting class will be Rogue. The main idea of this build is to create characters that will be proficient in every skill of the game, so you can focus with other characters on only damage dealing stuff and other things that you need in the fight. And this character, while still doing some damage or even got some nice disables and supportive stuff, will be focused on doing everything you need in exploration, investigation, dialogues, and all other stuff. So for background, I would like to pick Charlatan for advanced sleight of hand proficiency, and for skill proficiencies we'll get additional from human race, so that's nice pick. And when distributing your points, first of all start with 10-10-10 in everything. Then, just because you're martial class with finest weapons or ranged weapons, we're getting max dexterity with 14 dexterity and +2 bonus. We're getting some strength, some constitution to have at least some HP, so it will look like this: 10 strength, 16 dex, 12 constitution, and we're getting a little bit in intelligence, so we get this 10, and we're getting some wisdom and some charisma. Charisma for dialogues, wisdom for investigation, perception, and other stuff. And our final skill proficiency will look like this. We got 0 in religion, nature, history, and arcana. That's all intelligence skills. And that's basically all you need to do, to dump at least one attribute. So it's totally okay to dump intelligence completely. And get some athletics, acrobatics, insight and perception, sleight of hand and stealth. Just like that, our class is ready to go and level up. So first of all, we take in level into Rogue, and we continue as our Rogue. On second level we get nice actions from Rogue. Then we want to pick our subclass, and for our subclass we're picking Chief. Then we're going for level 4, and we get an ability improvement in Wisdom and Charisma. This will add +1 into Wisdom and Charisma checks. And yeah, if you like more perception than dialogues, then go with 16 Wisdoms, 14 Charisma, just vice versa in this start. And level 5 of Rogue will give him Uncanny Dodge. While it's nice ability to have, there is nothing special, and from level 5 we can continue and change our class into the Bard. And that's one of the reasons why I'm having high Charisma. So we just get from level 4 our Charisma to 16, and now we got our Bard with Charisma as main casting stat. So for spells you can concentrate more on like utility spells, but don't forget, Vicious Mockery doing nice damage. First spells of choice will be Long Strider, Pick with Animals, Fairy Fire, and Sleep. So we got some control stuff and buffing stuff for exploration and investigation. We got starting instrument and we don't care about it. But most importantly, we get some skill proficiency from Bard. And you can increase any skill you like more. For example, animal handling, medicine, survival. Maybe you like to persuade, perform, or be a bully. So pick whatever you like. And level 6, that's when our skill monkey is kinda done. So we're getting access to more spells. You can pick like Healing Word, nice supportive spell, but most importantly you now get Jack of all trades. And now you're adding your proficiency bonus to ability checks that you are not proficient with. And let me show you this character on level 6. Most importantly, skill stuff in inventory. So we are not proficient in any intelligence skill checks, but we can add our proficiency to them. So even right now we're getting around +1 to +2 proficiency into these checks. Just before the fight you always want to use Bardic Inspiration, it's a nice feature. At the start of the day you want to cast Long Strider and Speak with the Animals to be able to speak with animals and run longer in the fights. And in the fight you basically can use Sleep on these levels to turn persons into sleep mode up to 24 HP, but on levels around 5 and 6 it won't be very useful. It's mostly for like previous stages around level 3, around level 4. But now you can use Fairy Fire as your action to put all enemies into Fairy Fire position, and you will have advantage on attacks against them, or use Vicious Mockery for 2d4 psychic damage and inflict disadvantage to enemies, or just use your double-hand crossbow. That's my pick for this character. You want to pick two-handed crossbows, one crossbow in each hand, so you can do one attack, you can use a bonus action from other hand, and while you play any chief, you can use one more bonus attack to use this hand crossbow. Just 3 attacks in one turn, just like that. Our skill monkey going into next levels. On this level you want to continue in your Bard journey and get enhanced ability, and you can replace spell just like sleep and replace it with detect thoughts. So we continue to level 8, and yeah, our subclass is College of Lore. Of course it's College of Lore. So we get an additional cantrip, pick some utility like Mage Hand, we get additional spell. And for a spell we can choose Hold Person. We can replace spell, and if you don't need this healing word, or maybe you're not using Fairy Fire, but still it's like nice spell to have, you can change it with something like See Invisibility if you want to be this person, because you got a lot of advantages in different skills, so you will be able to see invisible guys really easily. And now for our feat, we can pick Skilled finally. This will give us proficiency in 3 skills. And just pick whatever you like and play more. Maybe you like animals, go with Animal Handling. And if you go in with Animal Handling, try to pick other proficiencies with Wisdom stuff. So for example, Medicine is Wisdom proficiency, just pick Medicine, and Survival. So we focus on Wisdom right now. Just like that, we finished with our Lore Bard. So for our build we can actually go 6 levels into Bard if you want improved Bardic Inspiration, if you want to restore your Bardic Inspiration on long and short rests, that's like nice pick. Additionally, you can go into Chief. So let me show you this route first. So we can go into Chief to have this defense on level 5. On level 6, Chief getting more skills, so you can increase your perception to +8 and nothing can go without you noticing it, and any other stuff that you like. Maybe athletics to shove person and resist being shoved. +6 is nice because we got only 10 strength, but still with +6 to athletics we can shove people. And yeah, we kinda completely ignoring intelligence skills. Just because when you're ignoring them, you will get this proficiency. I mean, you will add your proficiency to these checks. And Rogue level 7 will get this evasion stat that will help him evade many magic and other stuff that require dexterity saving throws. And you are very proficient with saving throws. And Rogue level 8 will get additional new feats. And for our last feat we will pick Crossbow Expert, because you're going with double crossbow and you now can attack with your crossbows even from melee range. Another good feat can be Lucky to get this lucky dices, or just ability improvement into dexterity to just increase your damage, and other proficiency with dexterity. So for today I will pick Crossbow Expert, and this will make our class a little bit more reliable in the late game when we want to do at least some attacks. And you basically start your day with Long Strider, upcast it to everyone in your party, speak with animals, and detect thoughts. It will require concentration, but outside of the battle you won't require any spell slots to cast it. Then you just use a Bardic Inspiration on your allies, and this will add 1d6 to their next attack rolls, ability checks, or saving throws. So anyway, in the fights your main idea is to stay behind and not getting into the trouble. And this version with 8 rogues and 4 bards is more like fighting version, while if you go and make 6 points into the Bard, you will get ability to have more spell slots, more Bardic Inspirations, and basically be a more powerful caster. And don't forget, while you're playing Rogue, always try to attack enemies that's nearby your allies. This will trigger this sneak attack, and this sneak attack with my build, with this 8 Rogue 4 Bard, it will inflict pretty nice damage, so it will be plus 4d6 damage to this dude. Just like that. 20 damage, easy, and don't forget, you got 2 double offhand attacks, so you can make 2 more attacks, just like that. And just perform some music and have fun. And last multiclass will be nice build for Lae'zel, because it starts with the fighter, or for Will, because it will get a lot of levels in Warlock anyway. Problems with warlocks, we don't have nice proficiencies on first levels, and that's why it's not like the best pick as your first level. But still you can wear medium armors when you get this deep into fighter multiclass at least once, so it's still nice pick, and this will be kinda Hexblade Warlock. So we again starting with custom origin, and just for role-playing stuff we pick and draw. You can pick whatever race you like. So for our first class, we want proficiency with medium armor and shields. It's like most important stuff. Getting proficiency with heavy armor is nice too. And nice picks could be ranger or paladin or even fighter. But today let's start with a paladin, and we will get Oath of Devotion. For our background we don't care too much, so pick soldier. And ability distribution goes completely into charisma, completely dumping down strength. We're getting loads of constitution for our HP, and then you just decide. If you will go with medium armor, then get 14 into dexterity, some levels in intelligence, and some levels in wisdom. Your final distribution can look something like this: 13 dexterity, 16 constitution, 10 intelligence, 10 wisdom, 17 charisma. And then you will get additional points when you level up in dexterity and charisma. Just like that, our character is ready to go. We totally dumped strength. So on level 1, our attacks is just pathetic and laughable. Still, you will be able to survive until level 2 anyway, and that's when you start playing your warlock. So you're picking your Eldritch Blast, any cantrip you like, maybe minor illusion. You pick in subclass the Fiend. When you're killing someone, you gain in temporary hit points. And for your spells of choice, get Hex and Armor of Agathos. It's like nice spell. It will inflict damage when someone hits you, and you kinda don't have ability to hit a lot, so that's nice pick. Then we're getting level 3, and now we got Warlock spell, one more spell, and you can pick wherever you like, maybe Burning Hands for some nice melee damage, and Eldritch Invocations, Agonizing Blast and Repelling Blast. So our character on level 3 will look like this. It will be medium armored or heavy armored guy with wooden shield and any weapon, but you won't be able to attack with this weapon most of the time. So you need kind of weapons that will scale with dexterity. And you're proficient with many weapons, so you will definitely find something. But here you will play as kind of melee warlock. So basically you will use your Hex as bonus action, just hex your enemy, and then use your Eldritch Blast. Eldritch Blast will get nice damage boost, first of all from Charisma modifier, second from Hex. So it's pretty nice, reasonable damage on these levels, and that's basically all you need to do on these levels. Just to run around, use your spells, use your cantrips, something like that. Maybe shove enemies sometime, but we don't care. So, a little tip, there's ward passives over here on the bottom, and if you hit it, you will get this Repelling Blast passive, so if you don't want to shove enemies away from you, maybe you don't want it. Most of the time you will like this feature, but sometimes you don't need it, so just press on it and this passive will be turned off. And your weapon of choice is something like Scimitar, so at least it's doing some damage. But now we leveling up. And on level 4 we're getting this Warlock to level 3. We're getting additional spells, and what you need to do to pick Hold Person. That's like nice and really good spell. And you're picking your Pact of Boon. This pact will be Pact of the Blade. This will give you Pact of the Blade actions that you can summon different weapons and bind pact weapons. So you don't need always this weapon, you can use your basic weapon and use it as your pact weapon. And level 5, that's where we're picking cantrip, pick utility one, or just whatever you like. Pick Misty Step as bonus action, so that's nice like spell to run around in the battle, and use ability improvement to get charisma to 18 and dexterity to 13. And that's our power level actually. So on level 5 we're getting this Pact of the Blade most importantly, and what it will do, it will change our damage from dexterity modifier to charisma modifier. So we will get dexterity to our armor class, and as you can see we got now 18 AC, it's really strong on these levels, and we're getting our Pact Blade, so we can use and summon any weapons that we like. From these weapons, it could be better than what we got in the hands, but most of the time you will get like better weapon in the hand anyway that you will find. So use just bind Pact weapon, and look, now we're getting from 3 to 8 damage, from 1d6 plus 2 from dexterity. But when we're using this stuff, we're getting 1d6 plus 4 from charisma, just like that. We get an additional damage for free. And now we can't throw our weapon, it will be always with us, so that's like awesome feature. Let's continue our multi-class adventure, and we want to get Warlock to level 5. That's where we get additional Eldritch invocations. They don't matter too much, but most of the time you will pick Devil's Sight to see through normal darkness and magical darkness. That's like great future. For our spell of choice, you can pick whatever spell you like. Hunger of Heather, strong stuff, but we don't have a lot of spell slots anyway, so it's like don't matter too much. Idea of this build is not to cast spells. And we stop at level 5 Warlock. Then we continue into our Paladin. We're getting our fighting style on level 2, and we're getting defense fighting style. While you can go for more like damage output style with dueling to deal additional 2 damage with this weapon, that's nice pick too. I prefer to pick defense to have like crazy armor class, but that's totally viable, and let's just pick this for today. So we can have prepared spells, and as Paladin it's nice to have like Searing Smite, maybe you need Bless sometime, maybe you need Cure Wounds sometime, but everything don't matter too much. Another good spell is Shield of Faith to just increase armor class again. So we're getting Paladin to level 3, and that's where we get another awesome power spike. That's why this build works very nice, because we got nice power spike on level 5 when we shouldn't fall off actually from the game, and now we're on level 8, and on level 8 it's nice to have strong character too. And we're getting this Sacred Weapon, and Sacred Weapon will give us higher chance to hit enemies, because we will add our Charisma modifier to our attack rolls. So that's just crazy stuff. We got additional prepared spells, we don't care about them. We're getting to Paladin level 4 for additional feat, and for our feat we increasing our Charisma to maximum right now. And additional stuff that you can possibly think of will be something like Great Weapon Master. So that's a nice feat too, because you will get -5 to attack rolls, but you're getting this +5 from Charisma, so basically you're not losing anything from this feat, besides you're losing this 5 Charisma that you otherwise will add to this attack rolls. But you're gaining +10 damage, so that's nice feat to consider anyway. So we get more spells, we don't care about them, we continue to level 5, and at level 5 as Paladin we're getting level 2 spells, but most importantly extra attack, so now we can have 1 more attack in a turn. So nice spells to have, like every level 2 spell. Most importantly Magic Weapon is nice stuff to give +1 to attack and damage rolls against to increase our damage. And that's when we're stopping leveling our Paladin. While Aura of Protection is a nice spell to have, we want to switch into the Fighter. And from the Fighter we're picking fighting style, and right now we're definitely picking defense. And again, it depends on what style you prefer. If you like 2-weapon fighting, I mean 2-handed weapon fighting, just pick Great Weapon Fighting, of course. If you like shield in one hand and weapon in another, go for defense and dueling. And if you're wearing your weapons in 2 hands, then go for 2-weapon fighting, of course. So for my build I'm going defense and dueling, but it's really like flexible stuff. And we're going for 2nd level into Fighter, because we want this action surge. So let me show you this in action. And yeah, one additional micro feature. To have this build work like crazy, you want to have a wizard at least level 5. So right now I'm having my Lizel as level 5 wizard and giving her Haste spell. So you want to start your day by making your weapon a packed weapon, of course, to add this +5 charisma to damage, have more chance to hit or get more armor. You can cast Shield of Faith on you, so we just do it like that. And right now we're getting 21 AC, but if Lizel will cast Haste on us, we will get 23 AC, just like that. But we will do stuff other way, so we will cast Magic Weapon on ourselves to have better chances of hitting. Then we can use our Oath Charge as Paladin of Devotion to cast Sacred Weapon for 10 turns. But just before we will cast Haste on ourselves. Again, it will be for 10 turns. Then we go for Sacred Weapon for 10 turns. And now we're going into the fight. So let's see. And now let's attack. Basically we're doing normal attacks. So we got a nice chance to hit. And as Paladin, don't forget to turn on your reactions with Divine Smite. So we want to turn this stuff on, and we want to always have Ask checked. So just like that, let's go. We're attacking once with Divine Smite 3. 2nd attack. 3rd attack. 4th attack. 5, 6, Oh my god. But it's not over. Let's go action search. 7, 8, 9. And basically that's it. So you can make 9 attacks in one turn. That's the build. I don't know, that's really funny and cool stuff. And on the next turn, when we don't have this action search, we can go and do 1, 2, 3, 4, and of course 5. Just like that. And we just killed this bro, so we can do one more attack in this turn again. Another way you can go with this class, you can go with Ranger, with any stuff you like, with stats that look something like that: 10 strength, 14 dex, 16 con, 16 charisma. So, cool part about this build, you will get a lot more move speed from Long Strider on yourself, but again you can have other characters that will cast it on you. But another cool feature is Dread Ambusher, so when you make your first attack, you will have that one additional attack. That part, there is no ability to use our Divine Smite, and I guess like 9 attacks with Divine Smite a lot more better than just 10 attacks. Still, why not? So we come nearby with our Hex and let's attack. So let's count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 7. Nice, 7 attacks, action surge, 8, 9, and 10. Just like that. So, what's the difference? The difference that when you play in Paladin as your main class instead of Gloomstalker, yeah, you get little less move speed, you get this little less one attack, but you gain a lot more proficiency from Devotion Paladin and a lot more chances to hit. As you can see, we just barely hit any attacks on this dude, but with previous build we made all attacks. Still, if you want to play 10 attacks in a turn, that's the way you do it. I hope you enjoyed these multi-class builds and they will help you enjoy and have more fun in Baldur's Gate 3. And if you want to learn more about multi-classing and how to use it, and make your own multi-classes that is viable, go watch video on the screen right now. It will explain everything you need to know.